Are the Vancouver Canucks on the verge of a game-changing trade? With the deadline looming, whispers are swirling about potential moves that could reshape our roster. Imagine bolstering our bottom six or shoring up the defense. Could this be the spark we need to ignite a playoff push? Stay tuned, because the excitement is just beginning. If you want to be the first to know about all the latest Canucks news, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. As the NHL trade deadline approaches on March 7th, the Vancouver Canucks find themselves at a crucial crossroads. With about $5 million in cap space, the front office has some flexibility. But the question remains, will they use it wisely? The Canucks, with their recent struggles on defense and inconsistent scoring, are in a position where strategic moves could make all the difference. This team has shown flashes of brilliance, but those moments have been overshadowed by defensive lapses and a lack of depth in the forward group. General Manager Patrick Allvin and President Jim Rutherford have the opportunity to reshape this roster. The bottom six forward group has been a particular area of concern, and adding a player who can contribute both offensively and defensively could be the key to unlocking the potential of this roster. But here's where it gets complicated. Do you think this was the best decision? Honestly, I'm torn. On one hand, bringing in a fresh face could energize the team and provide the spark needed to make a playoff push. On the other hand, we've seen what happens when teams rush into trades without a clear plan. The Canucks need to make sure that any move they make isn't just a band-aid solution, but a step toward building a sustainable future. The Canucks have a core of talented players, and the right addition could elevate their game. Imagine a player who can complement Elias Pettersson or Bo Horvat, someone who can create space and open up lanes for the skill players to thrive. That's the kind of impact player that could make a real difference. But it's not just about scoring. We need someone who can help shore up the defense, especially with the challenges we've faced in our own zone. And then there's the eternal question of chemistry. How will any new player fit into the existing system? It's not enough to just look at stats and past performances. The intangibles matter too. The Canucks need to ensure that whoever they bring in can mesh well with the existing roster, fostering a winning culture in the locker room. As we look at the competition in the Pacific Division, every point counts. The playoff race is tightening, and the Canucks cannot afford to stand still while other teams make bold moves. The pressure is on Allvin and Rutherford to act, but they must do so with caution. A knee-jerk reaction could set this franchise back further, and that's the last thing we as fans want to see. The emotions surrounding this team are palpable. As a passionate supporter, I feel the weight of our hopes and dreams resting on these decisions. We want to see our team succeed, to finally end the playoff drought and bring a championship to Vancouver. But it requires a delicate balance of ambition and prudence. So what do I believe? I think this is a pivotal moment for the Canucks. They have to assess their options and make calculated moves, ensuring they not only strengthen this year's team, but also lay the groundwork for future success. The right trade could be the catalyst this team needs, while a poorly thought-out decision could haunt us for years. And you, what do you think? I want to hear your opinions down below. Are there specific players you're hoping the Canucks will target? Are you feeling optimistic about this team's chances? Or do you think they need to take a step back and reevaluate? The Vancouver Canucks have made some questionable trades over the years, and as we approach the NHL trade deadline, there's a palpable tension among the fan base. Tyson Cole from Canucks Army recently highlighted some of the worst deals the team has made in the last 25 years, and honestly, it's hard not to feel a sense of dread about how those decisions could haunt us moving forward. Take, for instance, the trade that brought Oliver Ekman-Larsson and Connor Garland to Vancouver in July 2021. While Garland has proven to be a useful player, the jury is still out on Ekman-Larsson. His performance hasn't matched the expectations that came with his acquisition, leading to a contract buyout that will linger on the team's payroll until 2031. Just think about that for a second. The Canucks are still going to be paying for a player who didn't pan out. And to add insult to injury, the Coyotes used the first-round pick we sent them to select Dylan Guenther, who is already showing promise in the league. Then there's the more recent trade for Elias Lindholm from the Calgary Flames. It seemed like a big win at the time, but Lindholm's tenure in Vancouver was less than stellar. 6 goals in 26 regular season games? That's just not gonna cut it, especially when you consider the assets we gave up, including a first-round pick that became Matvei Gridin. Lindholm did step it up in the playoffs with 10 points in 13 games, but that's hardly enough to justify The price we paid. Now he's off to the Boston Bruins on a 7-year deal worth $7.75 million annually. It makes you wonder, did we really make the right move here? With whispers about trading JT Miller and/or Elias Pettersson swirling around, there's a sense of urgency among fans. We all want to see this team succeed, but the fear of making another mistake looms large. Can we trust Patrick Allvin to navigate these turbulent waters? Honestly, I'm torn. Part of me believes in the direction the team is taking, but another part is haunted by past blunders. These trades impact not just the roster, but the very hopes and dreams of Canucks fans everywhere. Each decision carries weight, and we all feel that weight as we watch our team navigate this competitive league. We want to see our players thrive and ultimately hoist the Stanley Cup above their heads. But with every trade, there's also the risk of seeing a player we let go become a star elsewhere. And you, what do you think? I want to hear your opinions down below. Do you believe we're on the right path, or are we setting ourselves up for another heartbreak? It's a debate worth having, and I know I'm not alone in my concerns. If you enjoyed this analysis and want to stay updated on all things Vancouver Canucks, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And make sure to activate the notification bell to get all the latest updates. Let's keep this conversation going and see where our beloved team goes from here.